Welcome to Hidden America. Today's episode is called The Secret History of Magic Mushrooms in Christianity. Now, the use of sacred mushrooms in shamanic practices is as old as time itself. It has been argued that sacred mushrooms are at the root of many religions, including early Christianity. In many cultures, magic mushrooms were seen as a gateway to the divine. It has been argued that early religions were based on fertility rites, rituals that were recreated the reproductive processes of nature, either symbolically or through sex. In Egypt, there was the nature mysteries of Isis. In Greece, it was the cult of Demeter or the cult of Cybele. In Rome, it was the cult of Mithras. It is believed that fertility in nature cults used hallucinogenic mushrooms to connect with the source or the absolute. In Terence McKenna's In Food of the Gods, he claims that the fruit which Adam and Eve ate from the Garden of Eden was a symbol for a psychedelic mushroom, since it gave them gnosis or knowledge. And I know, sound crazy? Maybe, but maybe not. Early Christian art suggests that this may actually be the case. In The Sacred Mushroom in the Cross, John Marco Allegro argues that these fertility rites and sacred mushrooms are actually the origin of the New Testament. He argued the Bible was a literary device to spread the rites of mushroom worship to the unknowing faithful. Jesus in the Gospel was a code for the Amanita mushroom. Now, published in 1970, all major scholars rejected Allegro's ideas and work, including his academic mentor. Even his publisher regretted publishing the book. So is this idea radical? I mean, that's fair to say, but is this idea new? Not at all. It's as ancient as time itself. In Book 9 of the Hindu text, the Rig Veda, a pressed juice called soma is mentioned as something drunk by priests in some sort of visionary state is reported and induced. In the text it states, "It makes me immortal in that realm where happiness and transports, where joys and felicities combines and wishes are fulfilled." Now some, including Terence McKenna, say that soma could have been a psychedelic mushroom. Sacred mushrooms also feature in the Aztec text as well. In the Codex Vinabonaci, for example, visually depicts the ceremonial use of psychedelic mushrooms. The Aztecs called these mushrooms teonacales, which literally means flesh of the gods. Native American cultures, like the Aztecs and the Mayans, had symbols, statues, and paintings which indicated that they consumed psilocybin mushrooms, especially during religious rituals, as a way to communicate with deities and higher intelligences. Now, is it a leap to say that these examples of mushrooms depicted in Christian art necessarily mean that the religion is based on the consumption of psychedelic mushrooms? Is it possible that magic mushrooms were a key factor in the birth and development of early Christianity? I'd say it's much more than a possibility. In fact, it seems like magic mushrooms seem like they were actually a driving force. So is Jesus Christ actually a code for psychedelic mushrooms? Maybe, maybe not. But the idea of using magic mushrooms to communicate directly with the Most High is as old as time itself. From the Aztecs to the Mayans, the Egyptians, is this idea radical? Maybe, like we said, but is it outside the realm of possibility? Absolutely not. Thank you so much for listening. Maybe you learned something, maybe not. I hope you come check me out on Patreon, and definitely come check me out over on Twitter. I really appreciate the time, guys. Thank you so very much for listening. Like, comment, and subscribe. Thanks a lot, guys.